Good morning. So you're coming along with me for the day because today was my final run before we do a 10k race on Saturday. So myself and a group of clients plus Kath are all doing a 10k race in Regent's Park in London on Saturday. And yeah, today was my final run before the race. So I'd just done a 30-minute, really easy treadmill run. The only focus was to keep my heart rate at or under 150 beats per minute, so super slow and just nice and gentle, just to shake the legs out before the run itself. Super slow run, just heart rate under 150. I'm like such a running wanker. Anyway, yeah, going to take you along with me for the day, show you what we get up to. It's, you know, a normal working day today, so I've got a couple of calls. We are filming our group coaching week 7 webinar today. So Kath is coming around in a little bit. We're doing some content filming, and then I've got a load of laptop admin work to do in the afternoon. And then yeah, I'll take you from today, and then we're going to hop over to Saturday and we're going to film the Saturday race day. So it's going to be it's kind of a weekly vlog because it's across the space of a week, but I'm only going to be filming today and Saturday. So 48 hours within the space of a week, with a running focus. Enjoy. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and enjoy this kind of content. Give it a like because it helps with some sort of algorithm. Give it a comment and tell me your coffee order. Are you a simple black coffee? Are you a latte with extra foamy hot froth and syrup? Are you an oat flat white or oat cortado? That's the absolute best coffee order you can possibly have. Let me know. And let's have some breakfast. This is easily one of the worst inventions on planet Earth. This little film thing that goes over the top of the Fage Greek yogurt. Gross, every time, so gross. Greek yogurt, frozen berries, defrosted, and peanut butter. Like 35 grams protein. Stunning. Getting ready for an Accelerate Success call with one of the wonderful girls who has completed 7 weeks in our Accelerate group coaching program, where on these calls we then talk about sort of next steps, what their next focus is, how they want to continue their success off the back of the program. Coffee in hand, let's go.
1 hour later.
Oh my God, I'm tired today. Sorry if this is a little bit low energy in this vlog. The dieting calories are getting to me a little bit. Anyway, call is done. We've got another lovely accelerator moving on to one-to-one coaching once she's finished the group coaching, which is very exciting. She had some lovely things to say. Actually, let me tell you what she said. I wrote some of them down. So this is pretty much verbatim from what she was saying on her call. This is the first time in 4 to 5 years where I've sustainably lost weight and still been able to go out, catch up with friends, have a meal, still have a life. I used to panic if I was ever invited out to socialise. Most of the time I'd refuse and say no because I was scared it was going to fuck up my diet. And then something she said that just filled my little ginger heart with joy was, I've had experiences with coaches in the past. All of them have been negative up until now. I was watching the webinars in the group thinking, wow, these girls really do care. And I mean, that's kind of all I could ask for in terms of feedback from our group coaching program. Happy little egg. That's me, by the way. I'm the egg. My friends at secondary school used to nickname me Egg because it was remotely close to L and it sounded funny. So I tend to refer to myself as Egg quite a lot as well. The slick back hair probably doesn't help the situation. Now, I'm just appreciating the gloriously sunny day outside. My camera wants to focus. There we go. I'm just appreciating the gloriously sunny day. waiting for Kath to arrive before we then get stuck into filming Accelerate Week 7 webinar, where we're going to be chatting through everything that myself and Kath struggle with as fitness professionals within their own fitness journey, because we are nothing if not honest about our experiences within our own fitness journeys with the girls, because we want to be relatable. We want to feel like they can connect and understand us on a deeper level than just as their coach for the program. So we're going to get a little bit vulnerable in this webinar, which I'm excited about. And then we've got a shit ton of content to film, because when you become an online coach, you also become a content creator. The two go hand in hand. So we've got a good couple of hours worth of content to film. And then I don't know what the rest of the day looks like, because I haven't checked my schedule.
Hello. I've got water on my book.
Oh no.
It's now very, very stiff.
Now you've got damp habit stacking.
Damp habits.
So we have just finished our weekly sort of meeting, catch-up meeting and webinar filming and content creating.
It's quite a busy day.
Busy situation. And now I am going to go collect a parcel. You are going home.
I'm going to go and eat some chicken. I'm very excited about that chicken.
Chicken, rice and veg. Such a gym bro.
Such a gym bro. I think it's going to be barbecue flavoured today.
That's very exciting.
Seasoned. I don't know.
Very exciting. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're back from Waitrose. Parcel has been collected. And now we're going to dig into some lunch. And again, if you watch my Sunday vlog from a couple of weeks ago, where I asked you not to judge my food choices, I'm going to ask you again, politely, not to judge my food choices. We've got some microwave greens, salad, chicken sausages, and a quarter of a bagel that I was too hungry to hold myself back from. Smothered in mild Nando's Peronaise, and I can't tell you how excited I am for this. And I honestly couldn't give less of a shit how random it is, because it ticks the boxes. We got your protein, you got your veg, you got your carbs, you got your fats, you got your colour, you got your good vibes. And I'm about to dig in. It's probably worth noting that obviously, or not obviously for you, but I'm still dieting at the moment. And when it comes to lunches, I tend to keep lunch as light as possible on the sort of calorie front as I can, because I always prefer to have a bigger breakfast and a bigger dinner. So lunch is very much protein and veg focused, with a little bit of carbohydrates in there, just to keep calories on the lower end. And that's like one of my most used dieting hacks, I guess. It's not really a hack, but I prefer giving more calories to the start of my day and the end of the day, because that's where I'm most hungry, and they're the two meals that I enjoy the most. And then I'm happy to scrimp a little bit on lunch to even things out a little bit more. So that's also why lunches are pretty fucking boring when I'm dieting, because I just need it to tick a box more than anything and keep me satisfied until dinner. Okay, I absolutely forgot that I was filming today. Alexa, turn off. Sorry if you have an Alexa and I just turned it off for you. I totally forgot that I was filming, and it's much later now. So what have we done so far this afternoon since I last spoke to you? Loads of program updates for one-to-one clients. Had a virtual flat viewing for an Edinburgh flat, which was very exciting, and laptop admin and replying to clients and doing all of that good stuff. And that's been about it. And now we're having some dinner. So it is an absolute classique dinner, which I'm very excited about. We got the JPs, we got the jacket pots with tuna and with cheese. And if you're not a tuna fan, grow the fuck up. Lol. No, but seriously, grow up. Because tuna and cheese on a jacket potato, yeah, baby. That's the good shit. Oh, the crack of the crispy skin. Sounds like a ballet. I'm also absolutely Hank Marvin. Who is Hank Marvin? And why is he starving? Who's feeding him? Right, butter, cheese underneath the tuna so it goes all melty and gooey and delicious. And then we top with the tuna. Absolutely nowhere near as much cheese as I would have if I wasn't dieting. But we work with what we've got, people. We make the best of our circumstances. It's a bit too much of a motivational speech considering I'm talking about adding cheese to a jacket potato whilst dieting. But this is the content you're here for. This is what you subscribed for. And if you haven't subscribed, go and frickin' do it. Especially if you're a tuna lover, because we can be friends. Another thing about dieting, you make the most of every last scrap in that bowl, my friend. Okay, we don't judge on looks, because if we did, you'd be Simon Cowell in this right now. But she's a beauty, and we're going to go eat her whilst watching some Gilmore Girls. And honestly, who knows if I'm going to remember to pick you up again today. So, might see you later tonight, might see you on Saturday. Who knows? Good morning. It is now Saturday, which is race day, and I'm just on my way to the station. So, got up about an hour ago, had a shower. I know that seems a bit counterintuitive, but I like having showers on race days because it just wakes me up, makes me feel a bit more energised in the morning. And yeah, got ready, did a quick sort of warm-up mobility bits and pieces at the flat. Again, I know that seems a bit counterintuitive because I'm not actually running for another couple of hours, but I prefer to get a decent mobility session in the morning, so it sort of ticked that box in my brain, so that if for whatever reason, touch wood, I'm like late or don't have much time to stretch before we start, I know that I've already done a little bit of mobility work already in the morning. So that's done, and then packed my bag, put some SPF on because it is an incredible day. Absolutely beautiful day, like perfect running weather day. Sun is shining, there's like barely any wind. It's not too warm yet. I think it's going to warm up quite a lot later, which will be lovely. And yeah, got a bagel in my bag ready to have on the train, and I'm ready to run. I'm feeling excited. I did have a stress dream last night about the run, which I knew would happen. I dreamt that I was like biding my time at the start line. Well, first of all, the race itself was like on this abandoned farm, and parts of the race you had to run in and out of like the outbuildings, the barns, you had to run up stairs. It's kind of like an assault course rather than a race route. So that was the first bit, and then the second bit was I was at the start line, biding my time, looked down at my feet and realised I was wearing my Converse, like my really tattered old broken Converse, and I got 3.5 kilometres into the run and I had to call it quits because I was essentially running barefoot at that point. So that was my lovely stress dream that I had to start the day with. But I have checked my shoes. They are in fact my running shoes, so we're all good there. And we're running in Regent's Park, so don't believe that there are any farms in or around Regent's Park that I know of. So we're probably good on that front as well. Yeah, feeling good. Feeling excited. I'm going to tell you, I am aiming for a PB today. And that is anywhere around that 53-minute mark. And I'm feeling good for it. I'm feeling good. Let's see what the day brings. And then the most important bit, we're heading for some food, for some brunch, lunch situation with all the girls, all the clients who are doing it with us. We're heading for some food all together afterwards. So we run for food. Let's go. We have arrived at Regent's Park, just grabbed our bibs, our numbers, and now we're heading to find caffeine and a toilet before we then get a warm up done and get ready to run. Very exciting. On, coffee has been consumed, and now we I'm just waiting for some of the girls to come out the toilet queue, and then we're going to head over, warm up, drop the bags, and get ready to run. Feeling good. The weather is making us all extremely happy. So yeah, this is a good omen. It's going to be a good day. At the start line, ready to go. Wasn't.
1 hour later.
Put your medal on.
Let's go, let's go.
Oh my God.
Keep your heads up. That's it.
Easily
So people.
the hardest I've ever worked in a run, including the half last year. Oh my God. I'm absolutely fucked when I stand up. Let's go. Oh my God. 48 minutes and 50 seconds or something. Absolutely sweat everywhere.
She kept me at like a 5-minute pace, sub 5-minute pace for the first 5k, and then I was like, you know what, I've done well enough, you go ahead, and she just sort of sprinted ahead of me. But yeah,
With me for quite a while.
I was with you until 5k, and then on the 6k mark I was like, no, see you later.
I did get quite hard.
Bye bye.
Only a minute behind. How are you feeling post-run?
Very hungry, ready to run. Starving.
That is such a spectrum of reactions. All finished, all done, all alive, all limbs are still attached, and heading for some food, which is extremely well deserved because we all did bloody wonderful. Whew. Regained enough energy to do a little post-race debrief back home. So after we finished the race, we went straight to the cafe for some food, which was delicious and very, very well needed and well deserved. And then, yeah, got the train home, came in, got straight in the shower and had a hair wash and just gave myself the last hour or so to chill out and recoup and reply to all of the lovely messages that I was getting on Instagram off the back of the story that I obviously shared the minute I finished the race, telling everybody that I'd got a PB because that's what social media is for, it's for the highlights. And yeah, so I thought I'd just do a little post-race debrief, talk you through sort of how I found everything and yeah, give you the lowdown. So Kath and I started the race together. For some reason, we decided to start with the 50-minute pacer. So in organised races like the one we did the Regent's Park 10K with Run Through, which is a company that does organised races like most weeks in London. I'm not sure if it's outside of London as well, but in London they do 5Ks, 10Ks, halves. I'm not sure if they do full marathons, but they definitely do half marathons. And it's, organised, so you get a bib, you get, photos, chips, like chips to log your time, not chips, bag drops, all of that sort of stuff. And a medal, which is the most important bit. And yeah, they have pacers within the race as well. So they'll have a 50-minute pacer, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, XYZ. So we, for some reason, decided to start the race with the 50-minute pacer. So bear in mind, before this race, my 10K PB was around 53.5 minutes or something along those lines. And I actually only got that PB a couple of weeks ago, which was completely out of the blue. I hadn't gone out on that run intending to run 10k even, never mind PB it. But that just shows how good the plan is that I've been using, which I will talk about more in a second. And yeah, we set off with the 50-minute pacer. For the first couple of kilometres, I was like, oh, this actually feels okay. This feels all right. For context, I was kind of aiming for the 52 to 53 minute mark. That was my goal for the day. I would have been happy with that. Yeah, first couple of kilometres, stayed with the 50-minute pacer, felt pretty good. And then it hit sort of kilometre 4, kilometre 5, and I thought, oh, I don't think I'll be able to do another 5k at this pace. And Kath was still like pacing through. She did absolutely incredible. So proud of her. But yeah, it got to the 5 to 6k mark and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to pull it back a little bit. So I slowed down slightly, let that pacer run off, let Kath run off with him. And she got 48 minutes 52 seconds or something like that. Just an absolutely incredible time. So proud of her. She inspired me for that first 5k. I would not have got the time I got if I hadn't been running with her for that first 5k. She kept me going the first half of the race 100%. And then I sort of slowed it down a little bit. I thought, no, I need to not be a dick, otherwise I'm not going to finish this race. So I slowed it down and my pace was sort of closer to 5:20 from that mark onwards. So it was around that 5-minute mark up until 5k, and then I slowed it down to about 5:20 and I hit the pain cave about 6k in. The 6 to 9 kilometers was brutal. 6 to 8 especially, like every 100 meters felt like a 500-meter stint. It was pretty brutal. I hadn't been listening to music for the first 5k because I wanted to start listening when I really needed the extra push. So I didn't start listening to music until the 5k mark, and I'm so glad I started when I did because that was the push I needed. The route itself was really flat for the most part. There was a couple of inclines, but it was really flat for the most part, which was ideal. I don't think I'd have got a PB, or at least not the PB that I got if it had been any hillier than it was. Weather was beautiful, absolutely perfect running weather. Tiny bit too warm at times, but that was more my fault for going off in a running jacket. I should have taken that off. The 6 to 8k mark was brutal. It was a one foot in front of the other, chanting the phrase, you can do hard things, you can do hard things, in my head for literally 2 kilometers straight without any let up. And at one point I did think I was going to have to stop and walk, and I thought, no, you need to give this race absolutely every single inch that you have, otherwise you'll be annoyed that you didn't push yourself more. Because by that point I knew that I was on track for a PB, so I thought, right, if I slow down any more I might be at risk of stopping. So what I did in that moment is I actually sped up about that 8 kilometer mark, because I knew that if I let myself slow down I would start to walk. So I just didn't give myself that option. I sped up a little bit, and then I got closer to the sort of 5:15 mark per kilometre and pushed through into the 9 kilometre mark. And then the last 500 metres I clocked eyes with the finish line at the end, came out with a 50 minutes and 52 seconds Strava time. And my chip time was 50 minutes and 37 seconds. If we're going off my previous PB from a few weeks ago, I shaved just under 3 minutes off my time, which is absolutely incredible, and I'm so proud of myself. I feel really good, and all the hard work that I've been doing in the lead up to this race has paid off. Speaking of which, so like I said, I've been following a specific running plan for the last 8 weeks, and it is actually of mine and Kath's creation. So it is a free running plan that we have released recently. Emphasis on the word free. It's for those who are stuck in a 5k rut, which tends to be the case for a lot of people when they start running, is they have that aim of getting their first 5k, and then once they get to that 5k, they really struggle to push beyond the 5k barrier in their head. They struggle to push for longer distances because 10k seems too far away from 5k, but if you're comfortable doing a 5k, why would you do a 6k or a 7k? So the plan is aimed at those who want to take their dodgy 5k that they're relatively happy with, but they could be happier with, take their dodgy 5k and make it into a 10 out of 10k. And that's the plan that I've been following for the last 8 weeks, because essentially I wanted to prove that it worked. So you may as well put it to the test yourself. Something that I've co-created. I wanted to prove to people that if they dedicate themselves to the plan, then they will achieve the results. And that's exactly what happened. So the last 10k that I did before the one a couple of weeks ago, I did at the start of February. And the time on that one was 57 minutes, roughly, give or take. And then obviously today we hit a 50
minute within the 50-minute mark. So if that is not proof for your pudding, our running plan works, I don't know what to tell you. But if you are interested and you want to get your hands on your own copy, then the link will be at the top of the description. I would really thoroughly recommend you get your hand on it because it also includes a free strength guide that has run-specific training within that. So you're covered on all bases. You've got your running plan, you've got your strength plan, you're good to go. But yeah, feeling really bloody good. An amazing day. All of the girls, so I can't remember if I mentioned it, but we actually had quite a few clients within Strength 360 doing the race as well. So it was myself, Kath, and then a few of the other girls from the program doing the race, and they all absolutely smashed it. We had PBs from everyone. I'm pretty certain it was a PB from absolutely everyone. Yeah, everybody smashed it. And I'm so proud. And I'm so tired. So I'm going to sit on this sofa for the rest of the day. And, well, not for the rest of the day because I actually have some packing to do for a very exciting trip that I'm going on tomorrow, which I will also be vlogging. And it's the start of the moving diaries. We're heading up to Edinburgh for a few days to flat hunt in prep for the big move in May. So I'm going to put the camera off now, but I will be picking it back up again tomorrow and you will see, yeah, moving diaries episode 1 coming in next week. So look forward to that. If you haven't already, give this video a like, give it a comment, subscribe if you're new and you would like to stay tuned with the stuff that goes on in my life, because that's what this channel is all about. And I'll speak to you very soon.